Chapter 6, Evolution. In this, the evidences of evolution. In that topic, given the information regarding the homologous organs and the analogous organs. Comparative anatomy and morphological features, that study that shows the similarities and differences among organisms of today and those existed years ago. And that similarities can be interpreted to understand either they share the common ancestry or not. So on the basis of that, one of the topic, that's the homologous organs and the analogous organs. Homologous organs, first of all, what are homologous organs? So those structures, in those organs, the structure is similar, but the functions are dissimilar. That shows the common ancestry. For that, we can see the example over here, that thorns of bougainvillea and the tendrils of cucurbita. So if you ever here see that, here this is the axillary bud, right? In morphology chapter 11 standard, you have learned that stem on that nodes where the leaves are formed, their axillary bud is there. So axillary bud, in case of cucurbita, it terminates into tendril. In case of bougainvillea, same this axillary bud structure that terminates into thorn. So structure is basically similar. You don't have to count that tendril and the thorn. See the origin, that is the axillary bud. So axillary bud here, that's a similar structure, but the functions are vary. Tendril helps in climbing and the thorn that helps in protection. Next one, so structure similar, function dissimilar, that we call that kind of organs we call homologous organs, and in that structure same but their functions are vary in different organisms. So this thing leads to the kind of evolution we call divergent evolution. Next, analogous organ, exactly opposite to homologous. Here structure dissimilar but the functions similar. In that, why this thing arises? So this organism generally that shows analogous organ, they are living in similar habitat. And that similar adaptive feature, because they are living in the same condition, same that the resources are available. So similar adaptive features developed by different organisms to survive over there. So that analogous organs, remember the structures dissimilar, function similar. So here what happened, two different organisms have two different structures, but ultimately they perform the same functions. It merge at a one point, right? So we call it a convergent evolution. So analogous organ, that study we call analogy. Homologous organ, study we call homology. Homology leads to divergent evolution. Analogy leads to convergent evolution. Now we will see the examples for this. One we have already seen, thorns of bougainvillea and tendrils of cucurbita. Second, vertebrate hearts. So vertebrate hearts, in that fishes, amphibian, reptiles, eels, mammals all have heart, but fishes have two chamber, amphibian, reptiles three, reptiles except crocodile which has four chamber, eels and mammals four chamber. All have that's kind of the heart. Different, that's the chambers are there, but different efficiency of pumping of blood is also there. So basic structure, origin point is similar, but their functions are vary. In case of fishes, totally it can help in pumping the deoxygenated blood. In case of three-chamber heart, mixing blood, and four-chamber heart, oxygenated blood. Same you can count for the vertebrate brains. Next, four limbs of vertebrates, example mentioned in your book, bat, whale, cheetah, human, even all mammals. So four limb, we have learned the bones which are present in our four limbs in 11th, locomotion and movement chapter. So basically when we see, bones are same in all this, but their functions are very divergent evolution. Bat में four limb helps in the which one? That's the flying. Whale swimming, cheetah fast running, human four limb that is for the writing, holding, like that. Next, analogous organ, eyes of octopus and the mammal. Eyes of octopus and the octopus is an aquatic animal, right? So the structure here variation is there in both mammals and the octopus, but the function is same. That's the reason. So it belongs to analogy. Flippers of penguin and dolphin. Again, the structure is dissimilar in that, but the function similar. Flippers helps in swimming. Sweet potato and potato. Sweet potato is a root and the potato is the stem. Root and stem, Both are different structure, but they perform similar function, that is the storage of food. Carrot and potato. Carrot again a root and potato is a which one stem, but both perform similar functions like this, storage of food. And the last, wings of butterfly and the birds. So wings of butterfly is an insect. In that chitinous wings are there, whereas bird in that bony wings are there. So both the structures are dissimilar, but the function is similar. So that's why we call they are analogous organs, and that leads to the convergent evolution.